Ah, before we start, I'm making advertisement for my own content. So Jake and I, Nikki and Jake, we have a podcast. We call it Another Setting Podcast because there are so many out there. We will talk about setting, sports, fun, our life, haircuts, China, our travels, anything. Maybe if you like to listen more of us, do that. It's on Spotify. Exclusive. Hello friends, Nikki here. Some of you told me to take a look at the Innsbruck lead final of the women's category because it was supposed to be good or a good round. And I looked at it, analyzed it, and here we go. Maybe one word about a good lead round. The perfect lead round would be 8 different rankings, 8 different holes, heights, and only one top. This would be a perfect round, which we did not achieve here. Lead is just if you climb one hole higher, this is a better rating, and we route setters try to achieve different ratings with this. In this round, I don't think it was a perfect, and I also think it wasn't a really good round because we had only 2 sections where climbers fell. But let's take a look where and how and who and why. Fancy looking route. I don't know if we're missing any colors, probably blue or a rainbow, maybe more sparkles, maybe more mirrored volumes, doesn't matter. Mattea Pötzi, local competitor from Austria, starts the route with the colorful big slopey part. Not too difficult. We will not always see the whole route, but let's take a look at this slack here at the first quick draw. There was a little jib on top of the dual text. Mainly dual text holes because they shine so beautiful in our eyes. Red and yellow, also nice color. A jib on the left side. Wasn't too spectacular at the beginning, so I will fast forward until something happens. They called this Masopilami black-yellow section the dynamic section. I think a little bit overstated, but black holes on the black spots or on the yellow spots, at least it looked, I don't know, does it look nice? Not in my opinion, but that's Innsbruck way. They always try to have like 4 different parts, 4 different hold producers, and there is the dynamic section, toe hook release. Spoiler, no one fell there, so the dynamic section was maybe a little bit dynamic, didn't really matter at all for the climbing. Then we had a nice little push for the right side, get your feet higher, and then we finally arrived into our first really interesting section. Now the left handhold was something like crimped and jibbed, like there was only a small surface left for people to grab, a little Gaston. Right foothold was quite good, we've seen it, you could move a little bit higher and then you needed to reach out. It was raining, yes, but you need to reach out to this kilter pocket on the right side and then from there a jump. Here with any sanders we can see how they blocked the hold. 27 degree overhanging, so not too steep, and he's reaching out to this dual text pocket. The position was not too comfortable, like with your left arm you were under tension, had to hold the Gaston. She's looking for a left foothold and everyone struggled a little bit. She places her left foot higher, steps back, down again. There's a little jib for her left foot, which most of the competitors used, I can tell you that, and then she jumped and fell as well. Yutong Sang also arrived at this position. She reached out to the right, looked a little bit more awkward. In these 2 green holes you were going to, there were jibs on the inside or like on the top side of the holes, so they made them a little bit better. Anyway, she tried to reach out to the penultimate hole before the jump, could not do that. Why? Okay, camera angles don't give us like the best idea, the best help, but any sander's elbow is pointing down on the right side while Yutong's elbow is pointing outwards, which means usually you're already out of gas, out of power, out of endurance, but also your whole hip is further away from the wall and you're not as close to the wall. Could be a reason why she didn't reach the green hold. Let's get to something more exciting, Chaehun Seo. When we take a look at Chaehun's left foot in a minute after she's clipping, before and while she moves to the green pocket, we can see that her left foot is on the wall, so the hip is even closer, and then after she's got the pocket, she moves her left foot higher. Again, like the others, she struggles a little bit with finding the position, then leans out, pulls back in, and hits both jibs on the holds perfectly, sticks the jump, and moves on to the next section. I forgot the name. It's Kilter Dual Tex Holds. I know the brand. So whenever I say a name like which sounds weird, I often talk about the hold brands because we as setters only say, okay, there's a Kilter, there's a Super, there's a Squadra, Axis, and so on. Okay, little traverse to the left into the black part now. She has 3 minutes left on the clock, so quite a good pacing, quite a good speed. This is the steepest part of the wall. Sorry, this is lead climbing. There's not that much for me to see or to analyze. She struggles to find the position. Now she needs to move straight into the Gaston. She rests a little bit, has the Gaston, and now she moves into the upper part. The black pinches wide open grip types, which make you more and more exhausted. There's a little drone on the top left of her. I don't know. I think I own a drone. I think it's really annoying, but I don't know. Whenever I get the chance to talk to any one of them, I'll ask them whether it's annoying or whether they are in the zone like this. Next hold after the clip is a mean undercling, so you need to move yourself like really, really powerful into it. She loses her foot. She's losing a little bit of power here to get back onto the wall. Still takes a little shake, takes a little break here. Now let's remember the left quick draw. She's not even looking at it. She's skipping it. This could have been a position to clip it. Also spoiler ahead. She looks at it. Elbows are already a little bit out. She tries it. Maybe makes a decision. Okay, I'm too tired. I need to take a look for more holes. Bump my score up. And now this is a really difficult section. She's squeezing hard and she needs to bump to the right. Yeah. Unfortunately, it didn't work. So we will take a look at Alexandra Totkova. And here we take a look at her jump because she had the same layout. But here we can see that her elbow is also pointing up a little bit, but it's also about precision. She didn't hit the right hand perfectly like Cheon did, and down you go. Jessie Pills also struggled a little bit, but with her left knee she was dropping down and her hip was too close to the wall, so she couldn't get any swing from outside. Now she's trying to, but she missed the right handhold and down she goes. Aimori, on the other hand, where I was really scared, she jumped to the right handhold, double matched, and that's it for her. And she's really bad at jumping, so congratulations on finding this alternative method. Also congratulations on kicking the quick draw for it to start swinging so she can reach it. And now we're going into the upper part where Cheon Seo fell. Aimori, she's bumping her left hand here, we can see this, and she's raising her left foot onto this little panel while Cheon Seo tried to squeeze, was too far away from the wall and couldn't succeed, couldn't do the move. Aimori, the first one moving into the upper part with 45 seconds left, looked quite comfortable. Gaston here, then a little side pull hidden on the left side of the panel. Yeah, there it is, you got it. I think they called this part the dynamic ending. Easy match here, side pull, and then you needed to go to the pinch. I don't know whether they put a jib on this pinch, looks like it, and she got it with 20 seconds left. She clipped it with 16 seconds left. Congratulations, Aimori, well deserved and well climbed. First top of the route, and then Yanya came. We can compare Yanya and Cheon Seo here, where Yanya succeeds and Cheon fell on the right side. Cheon was bumping with her right hand again to the black volume. Yanya kept her right hand all the time on this little jib to push her hip over as far as possible to the right side. Maybe the camera angles are a little bit disturbing, but once she moved her hip over to the right, finally, then she kept on moving, so her hip is close to the wall, while Cheon needs to move from the outside close to the wall again and also hit the little jib ensemble over there, this little pinch on the right side, the black. I don't know whether it's good or bad. It looks like nothing. Anyway, Yanya was also a little bit faster, didn't make that many mistakes as Cheon in the lower part, and stuck the move. What I thought was quite interesting is that Janja arrived on the green side pole here with 4 minutes 15 left, while Aimori had 2 minutes 40 left before they went into the upper part of the route. And I thought Janja would just cruise it, Aimori would get into time trouble. But as we can see here, they climb next to each other. Then Aimori starts to speed it up. It's not my editing skills, it's Aimori's climbing skills, which are way better than my editing. Anyway, I don't know why she did this. I will ask Benny next time, the Japanese coach, whether they train this or whether this is like natural instinct. I remember Angie Eiter in 2005, she had a watch on her wrist, 2005, the World Championships in Munich. And back then, I think the limit was 8, or was it still 12 minutes? Anyhow, like they were resting way more. And you can see that Aimori is ahead of Janja, just 1 or 2 holes. But then Janja gets more and more controlled, slower and slower. Now she catches almost up again. Aimori goes again, Janja still resting. Now Aimori really fast into the undercling, which is maybe a little bit easier for her. She can, keeps on pushing with her left hand. This is beautiful to see. And now she goes to the hold we mentioned before. Now you can see her cool clipping method again, while Janja struggles a little bit, not struggling, but more control, breathing and shaking everywhere. She heard as the last starter that Aimori topped, so all she had to do was top it, because in the semifinals she had a better result. So it's not going back down to time, or maybe it goes back to time if they have the same qualification and semifinal result. Sorry, I'm not that knowledgeable about the lead thingies, the lead rules. Anyhow, 45 seconds left, and Aimori is almost at the top at the Gaston with 40 seconds left, while Janja still crawling slowly, controlled in a slow pace along the wall. Now we see Aimori 30 seconds left. As mentioned before, Janja 2 minutes left. Well, good time for Janja, so she should be here way faster than Aimori. I think the time stops here with 16 seconds left, clipped. I edited, I sped up, speed up. I don't know the past tense of speeding up. I made the Janja's climb 2 times faster, and the clock is ticking down. She arrived in this position with 1:30 something, shakes out and takes a break for 20 seconds. But now moving into the upper section, still shaking and resting for more than half a minute before she moves on to the last moves, with only 30 something seconds left for 3 moves. Now she slowly creeps around the volume arret, matches hands, 20 seconds left, 16. So Aimori was way faster here already, but Janja, is she timing out? No. With 3 seconds left, she clipped the quick draw, and congratulations, Janja Gamret, to another win. Great climbing by Janja Gamret, but even better climbing, greater, I don't know. I prefer Aimori's climbing because she was really fast in the upper part, really decisive, and she also found like a nice way how to do the jump. As mentioned before, I don't think this was a really good round, because at the top, the winner came down to the semifinals. Then we have Cheon-seo obviously in 3rd place, but then we have 4 competitors with the same score. So yes, that's not ideal for lead. I also didn't like the route that much. It had like a dyno and like one upper part crux, which was nice, but the dyno was not too spectacular. It was just a little bit weird. The dynamic section in the lower part was also not too difficult, and I think it looked awful. But this is when you ask whole brands for their holds, a lot of time they know in Innsbruck that there's like always 4 parts, and they try to make it like as shiny and as sticking, pointing out as possible, which in my opinion sometimes ends up in looking a little bit awful. Let's see what happens in Chamonix and Briançon the next weekends, if it's cool. maybe I'll do a report. But on the other hand, this weekend, Tour de France, Saturday and Sunday, great mountain stages, and there's also Wimbledon. So thanks for watching, listening, and if you haven't heard enough, Jake and I started a podcast, so maybe give this one a listen. Nikki out, bye!